Come eat a little snack with me, you guys. It's hot to kind of like put it on my lap since I lack a dining table where I'm eating from. So we have chicken mixed with some veggies. I didn't cook this personally, but someone who cooked this actually, because I'm also staying away from oil. You can see all that oil. Kind of like trying to rejuvenate my whole gut. You know, when it comes to skin, not a dermatologist or anything, but they say oil is not good for your skin. And since I have oily skin, I'm trying to stay from all this oil because it clogs my pores. But I need to sip this soup also for my digestive system. I've noticed when I eat soup, I pass out too, like without hustle. I don't need to push, I don't need to do all the hard work. It just comes out naturally. So, to the soup, to my digestive system, I had adopted to this lifestyle of eating fried chicken with roasted chicken with rice, maybe with some veggies, but without soup. And you guys, I had problems. I had problems passing out too. So I think this is very good for me. Totally recommend it, you guys. Try to include soup in your diet, especially if at all you're here, you know, abroad things. I do have rice here. I got a lot of compliments about this particular rice. My boss, whenever she sees me, she's like, my goodness, the rice you cooked is really very nice. I guess maybe she liked the way I cooked. And time check, guys, it's 1 in the night. It's 1 in the night. Not totally following doctor's orders, since the doctors recommend us to at least by 8 to be done with dinner. But dinner in my household comes around this time, 1 or 12:30. So I don't want to sleep on an empty stomach because that will not be good for my intestine. Someone told me this: whenever you do something from the bottom of your heart, you normally get good results. But whenever you do something out of anguish or you're just off, trust me, it's not going to come out. So I guess love wins. Up to now, they're leftovers, but it still has that flavor that it had. It's so heavenly. If you guys like the recipe of the rice, be sure to tell me and I will do a recipe for you guys. So lately I've been thinking, let's try to do a little chit chat with me as I eat. You guys keep me company. I've been thinking about kids, that the kids will be left back home, especially if you left like 2 kids, especially the girl child. You guys, it's not about the girl child. Also, boys go through a lot, but potentially let's focus on the girls today, because I normally see this thing on social media. Why girls? Why is it ever about girls? You mean boys are not sexually abused or they don't face difficulties? But when it comes to a girl child, it's not the same case. If I told you have a kid back home, how often do you communicate with your kid? Are you close enough with your kid? Do you have this personal relationship with your kid? Especially the girl child, you guys. You'll never know what these young girls go through unless you speak to them one-on-one. And if at all they're willing to kind of like disclose their hearts to them or disclose all they've gone through to you, you guys, you'll be surprised of how a girl child is being oppressed, especially by family members or relatives. The male counterparts that we leave them with, I will advise you, in case you have a child, please, at least once a month, try to communicate. Get the internet, try to communicate with your child. Ask them one-on-one, are you okay? Is there anything you want to tell me? Honey, don't fear. Whatever the case, there's one thing, if your child is actually a fearful child to you, whenever your child sees you, they just see this tough mom, strict mom, I cannot tell my mother, oh my goodness, she's going to kill me, all that stuff. What kind of parent are you to your kid? What kind of mom are you to your kid? Are you the easy go mom? Are you the cool mom? Whenever your child has a problem, they can run to you easily and they are trying to communicate to you, and you're willing to listen and you're willing to find solutions. I think parents should be able to adopt to this lifestyle of like, it's okay what happened, and the child will try to narrate to you whatever the case may be, and you're just going to say, honey, it's okay, it's going to be all right, or honey, I've got your back, don't worry about it, we're going to find a solution. Rather than a mom who is going to question the child, why did you do it? I think you're so ungrateful, you don't see my sacrifices, I've done a lot for you guys, but all you do is just bring trouble to me. Because at the end of the day, these men, or speaking on a girl child, the men are going to deceive. Men are still deceiving 50-year-old. Talk, for instance, if a man is deceiving a 12-year-old, it's really she does not even identify, she does not even differentiate between what's bad and what's good. As long as she's given money and she does not have a rightful guardian by her side. Most of us have neglected the responsibility of a parent to the nannies. I hired a nanny. She should be able to do all that I am not. She should be able to fill up my gap. You want your nanny to discipline your kid. You want your nanny to install all the religious values in your kid. You want your nanny to be everything, the perfect mother that she can be to your kid. Honey, your hired nanny has a life to live. Your hired nanny is stressed on the job that she's doing. You remember, she's taking care of kids, and kids are way harder to manage than anything in the entire world. Your nanny has a lot of problems on her head. Maybe she's coming in for work with a dead relative. You're not going to know, simply because you're so busy, taken up by your schedule. You're not putting enough efforts to grooming your child. At the end of the day, these kids are going to grow up with bad morals, with bad behavior, and they're going to affect you in the end. In the end, it's you and your kids. Your nanny will walk away. Your nanny may suddenly decide to leave the job. Let's try as much as we can to get involved in our kids' lives. Let's try to talk to them nicely. Take them out. Bribe the kids. Take them out. Tell them, how is school, honey? Which subjects do you find easier? Try to find their hobbies. Try to get that inch, that small thing that they like. Let you be their little hope, you guys. Let you be their little hope. That my mommy is my everything. My mommy is my immediate confidant. My mommy is my best friend. Let's try to communicate things, especially when a girl is approaching the adolescent stage. Let's try to communicate things like, honey, things like sex education. African society, where are you? We guys tend to ignore the sexual bit of it. But I think like when a kid is well educated about the outcomes of sex of sex or sex counterparts or sex engagement, they may be able to stay away from all the bad guys. She will be able to identify that this is a good man for me and this is a bad man for me. The guy has called her to a place, maybe it's even the classmate. She'll be able to know that mom told me I have to use a code. She'll not be able to do something that will ruin her reputation. Try to be there in your kid's life. Don't leave sole parenthood rights to the people that you've entrusted with. You may say, oh my gosh, she's with my mother. Guys, stop thinking that these grandmas are going to be your grandma, let's say your mom, took care of you. She washed all your dirty diapers. You want her to repeat the whole process she passed through while making you grow up. The process of doing diapers, the process of doing school runs and all that stuff. I think we should give grandmas breaks. We should be able to give them breaks. Let's take the kids to grandmas over the weekend. Our kids are the most important treasures we have, beside the money that we are chasing. Because you hear these stories, oh my goodness, I have to work, how will I provide for them? But you can do both at the same time. Get a trustworthy friend who is living nearby. You are abroad and they are at your parents' house. Get a second opinion. Get a friend. Tell them to go and visit your kids. Inform your mother or your relative or their nanny that someone is going to come and pick up the kids. Get a view from another person. Don't let anyone try to talk you out. Oh, I'm taking care of your kids, they're feeding well. We don't know what these kids are going through. Most of them are depressed. Most of them are asking questions. Why did she leave? Why did my own mother leave me? You didn't even take the privilege to actually try to communicate to them that my baby or my sweet girl, I'm going abroad. Why am I leaving? Communicate. Be openly as you can. I think being open is the best way to go. When we try to hide things from people, especially kids, but when you tell her, mommy has gone abroad to look for money, mommy has gone abroad to work for school fees, the situation here is not good, honey. I need you to behave well. I need you to cooperate with the people that I've left you with, but try to be as open as you can to your kid. They will know. If at all a stranger comes in and they're putting words in their head, they'll know, my mother told me she went abroad to work on this and this. Within 2 years or 3 years, they'll be back. Mom will be back. Kids, there's nothing bad than a already spoiled child. He's gone or she's gone. There's no way you're going to talk her away from the drugs that she has been doing for a couple of months without you intervening in the first place. A spoiled child is a spoiled child. Let's go back to this. Prevention is better than cure. Let's try to prevent. Let's try to prevent all those bad circumstances. Try to, as I told you, try to get time for your kids. Ask them, have you gone to church? You need to pray before bedtime. Honey, have you brushed your teeth? Over the phone, they will know that whenever I get a phone call from abroad, like mama is going to call on Sunday or Saturdays, mama is going to ask me if a girl, are your knickers clean? Is your room organized? Is everything in place? Have you brushed your teeth? Have you done your homework? Is your school bag ready for tomorrow? They'll be prepared. They're going to grow up with morals. There's nothing like a spoiled child. So you guys, I'm going to have to end today's video here. I've been called on duty. It's 1 o'clock in the night and I've been called on duty. I told you I'm a caregiver. this is what it takes to be a caregiver. I have to go, but remember to subscribe to the channel. I love you guys. See you in my next one. Bye.